It's two dudes with attitudes, a wrestling podcast with Ryan Enjoys Wrestling and MWO. And this is our WWE edition. We're going to cover all things Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, which aired tonight. We're going to do our LVD, MVD. Ryan, it was a jam-packed week, I think. I thought Raw, NXT, and SmackDown all hit on cylinders. We'll talk about that. Are you ready to break it down?
I am, man. It was a good week in WWE. It's a good week in wrestling. Dynamite was good. TNA, from what I hear, was pretty good. WWE was great. Yeah, I mean, everything about wrestling this week. It was a solid week. So I'm ready to talk about all things WWE.
Yeah, the ratings and the seating isn't cooking, but the show is cooking. So that's all that matters. Ryan, hit that music. Let's break it down. Let's go.
Two dudes with attitudes. Let's go. It's the two dudes and the attitudes. Ruthless, aggressively speaking. So let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton. They here to get your attention. A 5-star broadcast shit. Start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point. Yeah, it's on. Time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it popping.
All right, so this is a little bit different. We're switching it up. Usually we do SmackDown, but since we're recording this episode on Friday, we're going to skip last week's SmackDown, and we're doing the one that aired tonight. So we're going to start with Raw, go to NXT, and then SmackDown. I know we're throwing off your groove, Ryan. Are you going to be able to do this? Are you going to be able to talk about this and be okay?
Yeah, I think I actually might prefer this new format moving forward.
I know, right? We should.
Yeah, I think it'll make us more timely. It's a true week in review because we start with Monday and we conclude on Friday. I think this should be the new way going forward. So it's going to be an adjustment for sure. But hey, we're flexible. We're two flexible dudes with flexible attitudes.
Yeah, we are.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, I'm from Cali. You know I'm flexible, baby. Maybe we can do AEW on Thursdays and WWE on Fridays. Maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's see. All right, well, let's get into it. And, buddy, you know I like it raw and flexible. And we're going to start with some Monday Night Raw. And a lot of shit happened. And one thing in particular was Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. Yes, she is back. Becky Lynch was cutting a promo. AJ Lee interrupted, and Becky Lynch was losing her mind. She saw her entering the arena earlier. She, snuck out and was furious. And I got to say, this promo, Ryan, I thought just showed how Becky Lynch is her. And I'm not just saying it. Everybody's saying it. Sports Illustrated saying it. Bleacher Report is everybody is. She might be the great. I am a Trish-aholic. I don't know if I can ever admit anyone's better than Trish, but damn it, Becky is the way she was reacting to AJ Lee, getting so frustrated with her words and upset and her drama and her passion and the way she got duped into it. So AJ was like, let's have a match. Let's do it at Chamber. I don't even want a title. We don't need your IC championship. And Becky Lynch was like, no, this, because AJ was like, I beat you once. I beat you twice. I cost you your title, but don't worry. You got it back. You're good, girl. And she was like, no, hell no. Straight Jedi mind tricked her ass. Becky got into it. So now we got AJ and Becky for the IC Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber. What'd you think? Because I posted a TikTok about how I was like, this is why Becky's the GOAT. She continues. This is her best work ever. She was already top 5 before this. This is why I'm saying she could be top 2 or top 1. People were hating on me on it, saying it was the same old Becky, yada, yada. I didn't think this was a hot way to open the show. And I know AJ's not there yet. And I know AJ might win. I don't think she will, but she might. And she'll get carried by Becky. But that's what Becky does. Look at her. She wrestled Maxine, had a feud with her, and everyone thought Maxine was a superstar. Now they know she's not. Mm-hmm. It just shows how good Becky Lynch is. But what do you think? You agree? Yes, no?
Yeah, you pretty much summed up everything I'm feeling. It showed how great Becky Lynch is, and it also showed that AJ Lee has really lost a step on the microphone. Because I remember how great she was when she was in her prime on the microphone in WWE. And when she came back, I was excited to have her back. But I feel like Becky Lynch is there's like Roman Reigns used to say, there's levels to this. And I think Becky Lynch is levels above everybody. in the women's division, maybe even all of WWE. Like she is way up there, on the stratosphere. No pun intended with Trish Stratus, but and I think AJ Lee is still kind of finding her way on the microphone, because I while it was a great promo from Becky Lynch, I just feel like AJ just, I don't know, she felt very kind of forced in my opinion, felt a little over the top. It kind of came out of nowhere too. Like, where's AJ Lee been this entire time? Like,
right?
Why all of a sudden, she wasn't at the Rumble. We haven't seen her since Survivor Series War Games, and now all of a sudden, and where's the outrage for AJ Lee coming in out of nowhere and getting a title shot at a PLE, but Roman Reigns does it and everyone loses their shit? I don't understand that. So, great stuff from Becky Lynch as always. Like, that's not a surprise with how great she is, and I am excited about this feud, and I'm excited about this match, and I think Becky's gonna take AJ to do great things. But this showed me too just how AJ Lee just isn't what she used to be, and it's because she keeps coming and then going and then coming and then going and loses her momentum. I think if she sticks around, she can gain that momentum back, and maybe this is the feud that gets her going down the right path. But I just didn't like what I saw from AJ Lee.
No, and she's been struggling, but that's what happens when you don't do it all the time. She was gone for infinity years. She's come back. She's been in and out. It's tough to get a rhythm. But Becky Lynch on the mic, who's even close to her right now in pro wrestling? Not just ever, because the past, there's no chance. Girls didn't even get to cut promos. Who's even close to her level? Toni Storm? There's really no one. She is her, man.
Maybe
Toni Storm is better than her. We can debate it, but dude, Becky is her. And Becky isn't in a character. Becky just delivers it. All right.
I think that's it. Toni Storm's a better character than Becky Lynch, but
yes,
but Becky Lynch is a better promo artist than Toni Storm.
100%. Well, with that said, AJ Lee's from Chicago, Chambers in Chicago, so that was one hometown person. They had to finish the poster, right? We got to get this poster going up. We need two people on a poster. Insert CM Punk. CM Punk comes out to cut a promo. Finn Balor interrupts. They go back and forth in some terrific stuff. Balor basically says, let's wrestle. Punk says he wants it now. The crowd gets super excited. And then it's announced that they're going to wrestle at Chamber. The crowd boos for quite a while until they realize, okay, we got to stop booing. It is what it is. But we got Punk versus Balor at Elimination Chamber for the title. Punk then, after that, cut a pretty good promo, got interviewed. Good questions. They were asking him, hey, why would you do this? You have a guaranteed moment of what you've always wanted, the main event, WrestleMania, defending the title, Roman Reigns. Punk feels confident. What say you? You can discuss if you like the promo, looking forward to the match. Is this just a gimme? We got to give people something to do. I do think, which we'll get into on SmackDown, that we have another title match brewing as well. Or does Balor have a chance? I threw it out there on TikTok that I thought, hey, WWE likes to shock the system. Triple H is all about the shocking moment. People told me I was stupid. There's no shocking moments. I just love when people don't watch WWE but then comment on it. I feel like this is a moment to do that, and it can lead to a three-way. I don't think it would hurt it. But what say you? Is this really, am I just praying and hoping? Is this going to be a walk in the park for CM Punk?
Yes. I think CM Punk is going to, it's a match for him in Chicago for him to get an easy win. It's a tune-up match against Roman Reigns. That's all it is. At least that's what I think it should be. Now, that's not a knock on Finn at all. I love Finn Balor. I think he's great. But I do think we need, before he gets a title shot at WrestleMania, before he gets an opportunity, we need to get some conclusion with the Judgment Day. And I do think we're kind of gearing more towards a Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio Intercontinental Championship match. And maybe Dom costs him inadvertently at Elimination Chamber or something and allows Punk to get the win. And that's how we get that. But adding Finn Balor to the match at WrestleMania, to me, it's just, it's lazy because I think we're getting another triple threat in the main event of WrestleMania for the other world championship. But also, we know who's going to take the pin. It's just a matter of who gets the pin. Is it Punk or is it going to be Roman Reigns? And I don't want that for Finn Balor. I think if Finn Balor gets a WrestleMania match, I think it should be one that we think he can easily win, or give him a legitimate shot. And I don't think he has one. So I think this is going to be more than just a tune-up match for CM Punk, unfortunately. And it's going to continue with Punk versus Roman.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're getting Balor versus Dominic Mysterio almost guaranteed at Mania. I still want Dom versus Ray, and Dom to retire Ray. Maybe that's next year. Maybe he's not ready. But yeah, I think that's what we're going for sure. But never say never. Triple H likes to do stupid shit and pull shit out of his ass. So we'll see. All right. With that said, something he didn't pull out of his ass, and that's one Rhea Ripley advancing to the Chamber. I actually thought this match was fun, Ryan. I like that we gave, Lyra's been the IC champion and so on, but she's still kind of new in the world, right? And she had a really good match. Not only is she smoking hot, but she had a phenomenal match, man. She can bring it. She looks good in the ring with her moveset. And then you add in Ivy Nile, who I think showed out as well. I think this was a great way to have the obvious person win, but the other competitors show out and have a moment. And I think this was for sure an Ivy Nile moment. She looks strong. She's getting better. She's starting to do herself up a little bit more, trying to less off the I'm a bodybuilder and more off her beauty, because she is an attractive woman. She's doing that. You kind of have to. It sucks. I know, females. I know you should just be who you want to be, but this is television and the men got to do it too, right? They got to oil up the best they can and look the best they can as well. And then Lyra just looked like a star. I thought it was a really, really fun match, Ryan, and the right person won. I think Rhea being in the Chamber makes sense. You can't have your biggest star not in the Chamber. It's just,
I mean, we'll talk about that when we get to SmackDown, but yeah, I agree. I think we need Rhea Ripley in the Elimination Chamber. And I think this match showed just how good Lyra Valkyria is, and it showed how good Ivy Nile can be. And WWE over the last, if they've done anything right over the last 10 years, it's build their women's division. Their women's division is filled with current stars and future stars. And I think Ivy Nile proves that she has what it takes to be maybe a women, not necessarily a main event player in the women's division, but a mid-carder in the women's division. I think she's proven that she's really damn good in the ring. And Lyra Valkyria has proven time and time again that she's reliable and trustworthy and dependable. And if anything, I think this was their kind of coming out party. Obviously Rhea Ripley was going to get the win, but those women showed out. And yeah, it was an exciting time. It was an exciting match, an exciting, fun match from start to finish. And the crowd was hot for it. So yeah, all three women showed out. It was a fun match.
I agree. And the other advancing was one LA Knight. So the IWC shut the hell up, at least until Chamber when he loses. But your boy LA Knight is in it at the 100%. But at the same time, another masked man came out, and this time he attacked Austin Theory, the one who I claimed and other people thought was the masked man. Logan Paul chased him off. Ryan, what are you thinking about all this? Are you over it? Are you good with it? I mean, what's your take on this match and the masked man? Boom, boom, boom.
I am completely over this stupid masked man gimmick. I don't give two shits anymore about I don't care. I didn't care about it when he came out at Survivor Series, and then he came out a few weeks later. He didn't even come out the next night on Raw. He came out 3 weeks later, then a couple weeks later. Then it was revealed to be Austin Theory. Austin Theory hasn't done shit since he became the masked man. And now we have another masked man who isn't doing anything. And it also, if it is Seth Rollins, what's it leading to? Because Braun Breaker's out hurt, and if it's going to be, do we really need to see Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul again at WrestleMania? We've seen that before. Do we really get Logan Paul or Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins? Yawn. I don't want to see that. And Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins, as great of a match as that would be, that just doesn't do it for me. So I don't know. This masked man, I feel like it was a good idea when Braun Breaker was around, but now they're pivoting, maybe they're changing course. I don't know, but I don't care at the same time. I don't know what this is leading to, but I was disappointed with how they used Austin Theory, that I don't have high hopes for how they're going to use this person, whoever it may be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's 100% Seth. And the thing is that Seth is injured too, right? So you can use this guy to pretend to be Seth. Obviously, it's not Seth Rollins in that hoodie. But then you have like Ricky Saints come out in a hoodie. I mean, everyone's in a hoodie, a black. I'm over it. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. LA Knight, though, he won. He's advancing. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. I can't wait to see him get pinned by whoever's going to pin him, probably, which we'll talk about later. Yeah, there you go. So, all right, let's get into some NXT. You ready? NXT, your favorite pro wrestler other than Sami Zayn, Joe Hendry, defends his title for the first ever time against the absolute number one contender, no-brainer, Jackson Drake. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson Drake gets that title match, loses with ease in about 9 minutes. The key part is that Ricky Saints then attacks Joe Hendry. We got nobody else. Like, if you're going to have Ricky Saints lose it to a guy who then relinquishes it, only to have then Ricky Saints come back to try to get it for Joe Hendry, like, what are we doing here, Shawn Michaels? You're the GOAT. I love you, but what the hell is this booking? Like, nobody else can wrestle Joe Hendry? Got to have Ricky Saints, huh? Where's Tony D?
Where's Tony D? Where's Royce Keys? We haven't really seen much of him.
No.
Yeah. And let him come to NXT and, thrive and beat the hell out of Joe Hendry and at least give us a compelling story. Anybody would be better than Jackson Drake. And and Ricky Saints, again, he came out in a hoodie, like you said, and I'm like, okay, here we are with this crap again. And we don't have anybody else. Like the main event scene in NXT of the women's division is thriving. Women's division is cooking. The men's division is struggling when you have guys like Jackson Drake getting NXT championship matches and Ricky Saints going for the title for the 897th time. Like it just goes to show how much they miss the likes of Braun Breaker and Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller and Obafemi and so many others on that NXT roster. Now, you can't get Tony D'Angelo. You can't get anybody else. We don't need Ricky Saints again.
Well, I mean, it hurt that they took everybody all at once, too. Triple H was like, give me, and just left Shawn with nobody. But he was like, you can keep the women. I don't want any of them. I'll just take Last Legend. But the rest of them, they can stay. I fully agree with you. I don't get what's going on here. I mean, Saints versus Hendry will be fun, I guess, but Hendry's going to win. What next, right? After Tony D defeats the Dark State, are we finally getting that match? Because Tony D should be the champ. He's the only one. Joe Hendry should not be. I think he's a placement, but we shall see. But as you said, something that's cooking right now is the women's division in NXT, the hottest women's division in all of pro wrestling. And we had a tag team match to decide who was the next number one contender. Whoever got the pinfall, and Sol Ruca scooped in and kind of stole it from Zarya. Not really. Zarya bumped into her, which was a tag. So then Sol Ruca missed her soul snatcher. The only time she's ever missed it, it looked really bad. She missed it bad. It wasn't her fault. It was the chick that took its fault. But nonetheless, Sol Ruca's the number one contender. Zarya was not happy. What I'm asking you is you can come to, talk about the match, but number one, Sol Ruca needs to win the championship. The end. I don't care about her and Zarya feuding. They can feud afterwards for it. Sol Ruca needs to be the face. JC Jane, I love you. You're awesome. You're hot. You've done great. Sol Ruca's the flipping future. She needs to have this title before she moves on to the big show. But are you sick of her and Zarya? Why are we Zarya obviously hates her, doesn't like her, doesn't want to tag with her, does not. Why are we still dragging this shit on for 8 months? You can drag storylines on if it works. This isn't let's move. Why? It's tiresome in my opinion. But let's move on. Sol Ruca Zarya for the title.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect way to describe it. Tiresome, completely tiresome. They've been teasing this breakup for 6 or 7 months now, and we thought it was going to happen when she was feuding with Blake Monroe, and then it didn't, and then Zarya got a title shot instead in Sol Ruca's place while Sol Ruca was hurt, and we thought that would lead to the breakup, and it didn't. And now the accidental tag in this match, we think this is going to lead to the breakup, and maybe it will. But I do agree that Sol Ruca, it's time for her to become NXT Women's Champion. I love JC Jane. She has been killing it. She was great in the Royal Rumble, but Sol Ruca was on Saturday night's main event. She has been all over she's been on the
Royal
first
Rumble?
episode of TNA on AMC. She was in the Rumble. She was in the final 3 of the Royal Rumble, I believe. So they obviously think very highly of her. So I think it's time for her to become NXT Women's Champion, and then let Zarya attack her after she wins the title, and they can feud for the women's title. But don't have her cost her the match. It's time for Sol Ruca to get the championship.
Well said. I fully agree. She needs it. She's the total package, the end, and she's the future of the women's division. So I agree. Way better than Tiffany Stratton, homie. All right, let's get into tonight's episode of SmackDown. You ready? We'll go in order.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Number 1, we opened up hot. One Lash Legend and Nia Jax versus one Rio with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. It ends in a no contest. The crowd wasn't too happy about it, but dude, this was awesome. There's a spot where Io Sky hit Nia Jax, took her out into the table crash, and we had a spear from Lash Legend and Rhea Ripley. It was an absolute banger. I thought the match, but the whole way was just awesome. I like the promo. I like the match. I'm okay with it ending in a no contest. My thing is, though, Ryan, is that I get why Jimmy Uso told Jey Uso to go for the title, because obviously he's about to be a dad and he needs to worry about that. But in story, it didn't work. Why do we have tag team champions who are telling the other person to go fight your own battle, do your own thing? Same thing with Rhea. Rhea's in the chamber. Lose the straps. I like the all-out brawl, but restart this shit up and have Nia and Legend win. Why does Rhea need to be? I get Riho is fun. It's fun to say. It's a cute name. Rio. It's fun. Not Rio. Sorry, that's AEW. But
Isn't
Rio, it's fun, right? It's cute.
AEW.
Hey, yeah, it's Riho. Yeah, it's not Rio. This is Rio because it's EO. Yeah, but they got a cute shirt. They're staring at each other. I get it. It's cute. It's funny. But, dude, if you're not going to defend the titles, if that's not your goal, then relinquish the titles or at least lose them. But nonetheless, I thought this was a fun way to open a SmackDown. It started off hot as shit. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I'm in the same camp as you, though. Like when Rhea got into the Elimination Chamber, I was excited. It makes sense, right? She's one of the biggest stars in the women's division. But then I started thinking, she's the women's tag team champions. So what are they going to do with those titles? And then we see that, they're going to do what they did on SmackDown tonight, which is fine, I guess. But I agree. They need to drop the titles. You had Lash Legend show out in the Women's Rumble. And this is an opportunity to reward her for her efforts. She was the biggest star. She was biggest heel in that Rumble. She was getting a lot of heat. She was eliminating. She had the most eliminations, I believe. So reward her for her performance by putting a title on her and let Nia Jax and Lash Legend, who both were probably not going to be in the Elimination Chamber, let them have the women's tag team titles and have a good little run with them. And Rio can get the belts back anytime. But let's add some depth to the women's tag division. I'm in full support of that. But AEW does this all the time. They have Willow Nightingale as one half of the tag team champions, while she also has a singles title. And it's, she hasn't done anything with the singles title because she's too focused on the tag division. And I kind of feel like WWE is doing the opposite. They're too focused on the world title in those types of matches, and they're not focused on the tag division and boosting things. So that's why I get why they put Rhea Ripley in there. But I think doing a tag match and defending the tag team titles and putting them on the line and then retaining or not losing them, if you will, because of the no contest, I think that was a mistake. I think it was time to crown some new champions. Triple H loves crowning new champions on random episodes of SmackDown, and I feel like this was a missed opportunity.
I agree with you fully. Well said. And Lash Legend and Nia Jax, what else are they going to do right now? They're not going to win any single titles. Might as well just have them beat the tag champs. But well said. All right. So Alexa Bliss advanced to the chamber by defeating Julia and Selena Vega. Ryan, what's your opinion on this match? It was a good match. But yeah, do you like the outcome? Do you like who she beat?
I do. I thought I like the Rhea Ripley and Lyra Valkyria and Ivy Nile match. I feel like this was really the only outcome. I feel like we haven't seen anything from Zelina Vega over the last few months. Ever since she joined Aleister Black, they haven't done anything with her. And so it would be random if she got a victory all of a sudden out of the blue. And then Julia is the U.S. champion, and she's competing for a spot in the Elimination Chamber, which I get. but
Mm-hmm.
now she can focus on the women's U.S. Championship and trying to add some credibility to that title. So I love the match. Charlotte Flair is going to be in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match next week. So obviously, I think this is going to try to lead to some tension between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss in the Elimination Chamber, which maybe leads to their inevitable breakup, and maybe they feud at WrestleMania. I don't know, but maybe this is their Zarya and Soruka, where it's finally going to happen and culminate in the big show. So I like the match. I think the right person won.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was good, and Alexa Bliss deserves it. I love her. She's so cute and so talented.
Yeah,
she's so damn good. She needs to do more than just be with Charlotte Flair. All right. Other thing that happened today, we had Jade Cargill defeating Jordynne Grace in a match that I thought was fun. I didn't expect much of it, but Jade Cargill's getting better. Jordynne Grace is doing great. This was one of her better matches, to be honest. She actually had to carry Jade Cargill. Some of the shitty matches she had in NXT with Blake Monroe, I feel like she's done better. She's trying. And then we had Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and Raquel Rodriguez show up before the match. Dominic Mysterio, being the gentleman that he is, had a whole romantic dinner and a movie set up with some chicken tendies, and he even brought some Dom with him, some Dom Perignon, if you know what I mean, with his face on it. They had a romantic little thing. Jade wins, and she had a face-to-face with Liv Morgan. Who will Liv pick? I honestly think the only way to go is Liv versus Stephanie Vaquer, and you got to have Raquel Rodriguez advance in the chamber and face off against Jade Cargill. I think Jade versus Raquel would be fun. I think having double Judgment Day, add that in with Dominic and Finn battling it out in Judgment Day. Maybe they don't fully break up by then. They're just feuding because why not? I think it could be a fun little Judgment Day WrestleMania. What say you? Did you like this? Did you like that Liv and Dom were there with Raquel Rodriguez? Raquel seems to have forgiven Liv for her elimination at the Royal Rumble. So, and by the way, Raquel Rodriguez, dude, and Liv Morgan, if she's going to be big sexy, then Liv Morgan needs to be like the Heartbreak something. The Heartbreak Girl, the Heartbreak, you know what I mean? If you're going to have Diesel and something, right? Let's do something with it. If you're going to commit. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Careful, man. They're gonna take two dudes with attitudes from us somehow. Two chicks with I don't know what they're gonna do. Two girls.
Two chicks.
I don't know.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch that. But go ahead. What'd you think? Sorry to distract you.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think there is something to the double. Raquel Rodriguez going after Jade Cargill and Liv Morgan going after Stephanie Vaquer. I also think maybe we get a double breakup somehow, and Stephanie Vaquer or Liv Morgan beats Stephanie Vaquer at Elimination Chamber, and then Raquel Rodriguez wins the Elimination Chamber and faces Liv Morgan at WrestleMania, and then we get Finn and Dom at WrestleMania and Liv versus Raquel at WrestleMania, and it's a double breakup of the Judgment Day, or something along those lines. So there's a lot of different scenarios that this can go, and then Jade can feud with Jordynne Grace or Chelsea Green or whoever the heck wants to feud with, or maybe we get Bianca Belair back finally, and we get that match. Dude. I'm still holding out hope for Bianca Belair to come back, whether it's at Chamber or the Raw after SmackDown after Chamber. But I do think Jade Cargill deserves a big match at Mania. And I don't think you can go wrong with Liv. I don't think you can go wrong with Raquel. I don't think you can go wrong with Bianca. There's so many options for these stories to go, and I think they should drag it out a little bit longer.
Well, Bianca has to win the Chamber to then face Jade Cargill. True. So that's the only problem. Yeah, I can't just.
She won it last year too, so I don't know if that's gonna. Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah. I don't think she's ready. I guess a finger being hurt is a big deal in pro wrestling. Who knew? All right. Well, with that said, in the match that I know you want to talk about, I'll just let you take it away. Brian, take the wheel. But in the main event, Cody Rhodes advanced to the Chamber. Floor is yours, Ryan. I'll comment on what you say. Go ahead.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes beat Sami Zayn and Jacob Fatu in what was a fun main event. I think all three of these guys deserve an opportunity in the Elimination Chamber, and maybe they'll do like a redemption match somehow, or the last one gets in or something, because I do think the Elimination Chamber needs Sami Zayn and or Jacob Fatu in it. And the match was fun up until the very end when Drew McIntyre came out and beat up. He took out Jacob Fatu, put him through the announce table. Then he ran in and beat the hell out of Cody Rhodes. He hit Cody Rhodes with a Claymore, and then for some reason he decides he's going to help Sami Zayn, a guy that he just squashed at the Royal Rumble.
And talk shit to beforehand.
Yeah, moving Sami Zayn over to cover Cody Rhodes for the pin, thinking like, okay, Sami's going to get the win here. I like this. This is good. 1, 2, of course, Cody Rhodes, the Iron Man, the guy who kicks out of everything, the modern day John Cena. He kicks out at 2.5, 2 3/4. And then magically Cody Rhodes gets up and hits a Cody Cutter and the Crossroads on Drew McIntyre, and then he hit it on
Crossroads on Sami.
Yeah, and then he pins Sami Zayn 1, 2, 3 to advance to the Elimination Chamber. It was the right decision. You can't have Elimination Chamber without Cody Rhodes, so I'm not knocking the decision. It was just an overbooked mess there at the end where all of a sudden we had to get Cody has to kick out at 2.5, and we get Super Cody there all of a sudden out of the blue. I'm just really over Cody Rhodes. You could have given this to Jacob Fatu, let Cody Rhodes be on the outside looking in for a little bit, or give this to Sami Zayn, who everyone says he can't win the big one, and now it looks like he's not getting any opportunity at WrestleMania for a championship. I don't know. It's just I don't know what they're doing. Again, Cody Rhodes winning is fine, but I think maybe somebody else could have benefited from it.
Not on Cody Watch's brother. That's not what Cody Rhodes was going to do.
Of course.
Yeah. Just so you know, in the defense, Cody attacked Drew. Drew just attacked Jacob Fatu. Then Cody jumped through the ropes and attacked Drew. Drew defended.
Cody's got to stop doing that.
So, yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Drew had nothing to do with him. Was just laying out Jacob Fatu. I don't think it's a 3-way. I think Cody's going to win Elimination Chamber and face off against Drew McIntyre. I predicted all of this, by the way, on TikTok. Go check it out. For SmackDown, I said this is exactly how the main event was going to happen. But I think it's Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre at Chamber. I think they're going to give Fatu his moment. He's not ready for Mania. He is fantastic. He is the future. We will have a Jacob versus Oba, Jacob versus Trick, a Jacob versus Braun Breaker. Put any of those 4 guys in. They are the future of this business. Not yet. We're going to get him at Elimination Chamber. Drew will beat him, and then Drew will move on to Cody at WrestleMania. It makes sense, man. I mean, this is one of the more stacked main events. We got Punk and Roman, which you were all for. Cody Drew, which I've been all for. These are 2 jam-packed main events. And then we're possibly going to get a Liv versus Stephanie, either Bianca and Jade, Raquel and Jade, or Rhea and Jade. I mean, this is printing money right here. For an event that nobody's paying to go see, they're doing the right things. So, I'm all for it. I know it sucks. I know everyone's going to be like, Cody again. Yes, this is a business. They don't care about your feelings. This is a business.
No.
The most popular people are going to be on top, and that's what they're doing. Get over it.
Yeah, and I completely agree. I didn't like the way that he won. I thought it was just way overbooked and way completely like too much superhuman Cody Rhodes that we always get week in and week out. But I get it. It's how he won that I just didn't like.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that because Sami Zayn did not look strong, so we'll talk about that in a few. But that is our week in review for the WWE. Raw, NXT, SmackDown did their damn thing. As always, we're going to do our every week segment where we are going to do our LVD and MVD, where we do our least valuable, most valuable dude or dudette. It's not that we hate or love you. It's that you were the best or worst booked for this week. Raw, NXT, SmackDown. Ryan, you get to start off. Who is your LVD of the week?
I am going with Austin Theory because the man has done nothing but lose since he's been back to WWE. He lost again, took a pin, got his ass kicked by the Masked Man. He ruled himself out as the Masked Man by process of elimination as well. So, Austin Theory is the LVD. I feel like he has been the LVD ever since he joined the Vision. I don't know why he joined the Vision in the first place. It's been completely pointless of him being added to the group. And him losing this week was no surprise whatsoever, but it's still just it's not boding well for Austin Theory in WWE. So he's my LVD.
Even if he joins Seth Rollins, he's been booked so poorly that it doesn't even flipping matter. Like I said,
who cares?
I don't know. I don't know why they keep trying with Austin Theory. If you're not going to book him correctly, the dude's too talented to be booked like this. My LVD is the guy who lost in the main event at SmackDown. That's one Sami Zayn. This guy just got squashed up by Drew McIntyre, beaten clean, got pep talked by Drew McIntyre. Then Drew McIntyre came out and basically handed him a win. Sami still took it, even though he's a good guy. It couldn't even get that. How can you not be the LVD? This guy is just, I love Sami Zayn. Like I said, it's not about hating or loving. It's about the worst booked. He was booked like a straight redheaded doofus. So sorry, Sami Zayn, you're my LVD of the week. Yeah. Sorry, I know that's your twin brother.
He is, and but it's true. He's looked like a chump, and I'm tired of emo Sami Zayn. Like next week, he's pouting because he lost and doesn't say anything, and then hey, Ray Phoenix, I really appreciate your nice comments. They gave me such an ego boost, and I really needed it. Thank you so much. I love you. Like, just stop. Like, we don't. I'm so tired of emo Sami. Like, get back to the bloodline. Get back to working with Jay and Jimmy, or I don't know, but whatever this is they're doing with him ain't working.
Yeah, I fully agree. All right, let's end on a high note. Last thing, MVD. Who is your MVD, Ryan?
It's Becky Lynch all day, every day. We talked about how great she was at the beginning of the show. One of the best promo artists in the game. Levels above everybody in the women's division. Levels above maybe, other than CM Punk, every other male in the women in the division as well. Just so much better than everyone. Great promo this week from her. And yeah, I think she's going to carry AJ Lee to another fantastic match at Elimination Chamber, and I can't wait for it. It's going to be fun. So I love seeing what Becky Lynch is doing, and I love seeing what she cooks up every week too, because everything she does turns to gold.
Yeah, she does, or at least turns big and excited. Here's the thing, Becky Lynch, once again, I agree with you. Her promo, everything, she was easily the MVD of the week. She's just killing it. She's doing her damn thing. She could be the MVD every week. We'll see. But I'm very, very much, I know AJ Lee's lacking. I'm looking forward to their match at Chamber nonetheless. I think Becky will carry her like she did Maxine Dupree. So yeah, well said. Same MVD. I like it. Almost the same LVD. We were close. 6-7.
Yeah.
6-7. All right. There you go. That was our week in review in WWE. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, listening, subscribing. I want to give a props out to our dude, Joe. Joe is our biggest fan on here. I don't know if you know that, but he's our biggest fan. He texts me all the time, lets us know how much he loves the Two Dudes podcast. He said it is his go-to podcast. So
awesome.
Listen to Joe.
Like
anyone named Joe is a good dude to listen to. You know what I mean? So listen to Joe. Tune in, tell your friends about us. As always, if you just want to hear me, check me out at my_wrestling_opinion, Mr. MW, on all your social media. And with me, as always, is
Ryan enjoys wrestling on all the social media platforms, so go follow us over there. We are on X at 2DudesPC, on Twitch at 2Dudes_with_attitudes, Instagram 2Dudes_with_attitudes podcast, TikTok at 2Dudes_with_attitudes, and here on YouTube at 2Dudes_with_attitudes. So go follow us and subscribe and do all the fun stuff here, and help us grow and help us move up the ranks. And then if you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, we appreciate all the love and support. We're in the top 10% of all listened to wrestling podcasts. Help us get into that top 5%, that top 1%. The way to do that is by subscribing, by following, by liking, by rating us and reviewing us. 5-star ratings always are really appreciated. And that helps us climb up the ranks into that upper tier of wrestling podcasts. And it's time for the Two Dudes to blow up, and it's time for us to become the most known wrestling podcast instead of the most unknown wrestling podcast. So we appreciate everyone's love and support. Keep it going. Help us blow up. This is our year. It's the year of the dudes, baby.
Well said. Two Dudes Wolfpack. We out.
Two dudes with attitudes. Let's go. It's the two dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking. So let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the two dudes.